You're watching The Advocate on PlusTVAfrica. Let's touch base with the grinding issues. The task of holding our newly elected political representatives accountable. This is my topic today. During election campaigns, politicians come on various programs and town hall meetings promising Nigerians everything imaginable to get elected. Once elected, most of the promises are immediately forgotten, and the people are left to carry on as if nothing has changed. Apart from the president, governors, and our senators, many of us don't even know our representatives in the House of Assembly, let alone local party chairmen. Therefore, these reps are a law unto themselves for the next 4 years. So how then can we hold our newly elected political representatives accountable? After careful consideration, I came up with the following suggestions. First, all campaign promises should be on sworn affidavits so that when these reps seek re-election, if they have not met at least 50% of their campaign promises, then they should be instantly disqualified from contesting. Also, it should be mandatory that all reps must hold town hall meetings once a month to meet with locals to give account of their progress and for the constituents to air their grievances. We should also have people to familiarize themselves with their reps and know how to contact them. Following the example of Denmark, which incidentally is one of the least corrupt countries in the world, we need to ensure our public servants sign a declaration to go through courses that explain in detail what corruption is and its devastating effects. And finally, we should keep track of how our reps vote in relation to issues that affect us. That way, we will know if they are truly representing our interests or their own. Governance without accountability isn't a democracy. It is a dictatorship.
Very good.
And who's encouraging that dictatorship? It's us.
It's
from what
us.
You're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
And then when you moot this, it is easy bringing us back to Ekene's topic. It's easy for the normal Nigerian politician to say you are being naive.
Yes.
To be proposing this,
Right,
and then they say it won't work.
Yes.
But really, if you look at it, if we actually want it to work, it can work.
Yes.
Starting from the electoral umpire, you look at the declaration forms to say, well, these are the declarations, and we'll need endorsement. Getting endorsement anyway won't be a problem. You can always buy endorsement.
Yeah.
But really, long and short, we all need to follow the activities of our representatives. Otherwise, you have constituency offices in your local government area or in your constituents. At the end of the day, they only see you once in a while, and then when you come, you share 200 naira during festive period or bags of rice, and it ends there. For as long as we continue to accept this money, wrappers, and rice from these people, they will do nothing but go to Abuja, collect money, and come share for us.
When I saw your topic, remember, I was really excited about it. And I think everything you proposed there, not only is it logical, is it doable, but it's also measurable. And that's what's important. When we set goals, they must be measurable. And I think that's what we forget in Nigeria. We forget how we're going to measure these things. So you talk about the promises, the affidavit.
Yeah.
Why not? As of the time when they swear them in, why not sign? But you've seen liberals, you've seen forms of this thing as a lawyer. Is there anything in it that says, I promise to yada yada yada?
No. Normally, the manifestos are derived from the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy. That's chapter 2. But these manifestos are not justiciable. No.
Exactly.
They are not justiciable.
Exactly.
They are promised, and that's why I remember in my local village meeting, and somebody made promises, and after the election, I was trying to hold him accountable, and somebody said, no, the electoral promises. So that's the mentality we have. That
the other thing
electoral promises can just be, you know,
yes, thrown away.
Okay.
The town hall meetings actually do happen.
Yes, I know they do.
The problem is we don't get to know when they're happening. It's not broadcast. It's not broadcast. But most importantly, the one I love the most is the declaration that they understand the meaning of corruption. Because how many of them? Because corruption is, people twist it in so many different ways, and they twist it to their own good and
not
kind of
interested
thing.
in, really.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that would change. I'm not sure if that would make much
They
change.
go abroad
They
for all
do,
these
they do,
corruption
and they
courses,
just
and
come
then when
back and
they
they
get there, the
twist
first
it.
thing they look for is to how to look for women.
So that
Exactly.
and that
Libby is a
dictatorship,
realist.
and you're
So that's
saying
it.
we need to look at ourselves.
So I will go back to the affidavit. First of all, is it really possible? Is it an affidavit matter?
It's
I don't think
beyond
so. I
affidavit.
think it's beyond it.
Yes.
So
It is,
how
it
else? Okay,
is,
so
yeah,
how do
yeah.
we get them to be held responsible?
Yeah.
We
in
need
a
to
way
hold
that
them
an
accountable.
affidavit can.
Yeah.
That's because that's what I was.
Yeah,
looking
yes,
for
that's-
to
that's-
ask.
that's
How?
it.
Because I know Uche put it there not as a law, as like a what do you call it, a law expert.
No.
She was just saying.
Yeah, no.
She was just saying, what can
Something.
we do that is
Something
like
tangible.
binding?
Yes.
Sorry, let me come in a bit before he gives it some meat, because I know there
Yes.
must be a legal edge
legal
to this.
edge to it,
But
yes.
I was looking up, I was trying to research a bit, say, is there anything already tried? Because we know we have lots of laws, but our problem is enforcing it. As far back as 2011, Goodluck Jonathan was proposing ways to hold our local governments accountable. And one of the things he was holding on to the tightest was to do with separating the monetary dependence of the local government
Correct.
from
That's
the
right.
state.
Yeah,
because
he was
he
doing
thinks that as
that.
long as they have joint accounts,
That's
by the
right.
time they pay off, he was being realistic, by
Yeah.
the time they pay off these godfathers and then take what they feel they're entitled to, there's hardly anything left to even do the jobs they
Correct.
say they want to do. So how do we make sure that they have a separate account, so that they have a separate budget, and so they really have no dependency? And he felt, well, not him strictly, but some other NGOs were feeling that even the electoral process, the state government should have no hand. They should be a separate thing.
No,
entirely.
I'll let Laboros put meat on the legal part,
Yes,
and then
you see,
I'll give you my experience of
we
local.
need a lot of party discipline. And if we beam a searchlight on the political parties, it is the political parties that can enforce those affidavit things. If, for example, political parties are feeding
where you're coming from.
Will
Yeah.
they?
If the political parties are feeding you and they feel that you have not met
Yeah.
all the criteria in the manifestos, and then they look at the affidavit deposed to and which of them have you achieved and you have not, there won't be any need to feed you further. But if the
But if
people,
you're feeding the political
that's
parties,
what I'm
why would
saying.
they
If the
not turn a
people
blind
will,
eye?
irrespective of whether you perform or not, they will vote for you. And that brings me back to us, the people.
Yeah.
That's where, if we are serious, then we'll be able to chase party discipline and say, look, the people won't take this, because if we bring anyhow person, we'll lose at the poll.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so it is the people. It bring me back to
How can we speak
now.
as one voice?
We need to, not just speaking out, even if
Familiarize ourselves
even if we
with-
speak differently, we need to ensure that we are consistently part of the process.
Yeah.
And until we become, but democracy is about
What, join
the
a
people.
party? What do you mean by part of the
But this is the
Say-
thing.
say-
what does
This
it
is
mean
where
by
I
we're
should
talking
go to
about
the
the
local
process?
government. Our local
the part of the
government.
process, I will marry it with this local government issue. Now, local government election are what it is because the states have hijacked it.
Correct.
And so we hardly participate.
Yes.
In the election, the previous one, we talked about 40% participation. Now we're talking about 33%. So it is dropping gradually. The more popular it is, the more, we become less important or we participate less. But if all of us, if you have 80% of Nigerians
Yeah.
coming out to say this election, all of us must participate in it, the outcome will not be what you have today.
Yeah.
And then the local government election, because these are elections that affect us. On the day of election, I was driving right around Victoria Island. The polls were empty. The polling units were empty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if all of us decide to be part of it, nobody will feed you miscreants and charlatans.
That's it.
Because they know that you will reject them at the polls.
Yeah, you mentioned something, Uche, in one of your things. You said familiarize yourself with the reps.
Yes, yes.
And I think that is our fault. Many people, I know who my local, the chairman of my
Local
Who is it?
government.
It's a woman. It's actually a woman, and she used to be the supervisor before they actually appointed her.
Okay.
And how do I
Supervisory
know?
councillor.
Yeah, yes. How do I know who she is? Because I challenged something she wanted us to do. They wanted us to clean our roads and pay for people to clean. I said, I beg your pardon. So I got
So who are
honestly,
you?
I got all my
You even
neighbors.
found out what she wanted
Oh yeah,
to
I
do.
got all
Some
my
people don't
neighbors.
even
We
hear
went
of
to Etiosa, the one by you know where it is. The one.
Muriel,
Yes, thank you. We went there, and I demanded to have a meeting with with her, and she did. This was when she was still supervisor. She had a meeting with us. She explained to us that
She was
she
still
needs
on
our
my share
help.
at that time.
Au baton. She said she wanted us to support them. She explained the issue, yada, 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 and stuff like that. I said, the next time, ask us to support you. Don't you dare send us a
We need
letter
people like you
demanding
to galvanize
But guess what?
other people who don't
Guess
understand
what?
the process.
Guess what? She now became Madam Chairman. Her picture. I mean, I come out of my house. This is not campaign matter.
Right.
This is just permanent picture. On that Muriel Kola roundabout, you see a picture there all the time. And I'm still thinking, I need to get the group that we formed. She's no longer on that group. Because I want to say, sorry, why are you littering the streets with your picture?
Yes.
That's not what we voted for, right?
But we need people like you.
We need
seriously.
all of us need to do that more. That's what I'm saying.
no, absolutely.
Now,
That's
I would
exactly what I'm
challenge-
talking
I
about.
challenge them.
We used to at a point.
I face them all.
If I still go back on my Facebook wall, at some point we did, a publication of all the members of the House of Rep, and those that have sponsored bills and how many bills that they have sponsored. This was to educate people to know what their reps are doing in Abuja, but how many people took it seriously. So we need to. That's why local governance we need to strengthen local governance, because that's the government that is closest to the people. And if it is strengthened, it will encourage and breed a lot of participation in the process.
I think maybe even the media houses can do more town halls. The media houses can do more town halls with get them on TV to do regular programs
where they do that. Uche, I think what you've done, what you've triggered in me right now is I'm actually going to put in a letter of complaint to her, write to her about the fact that you have your pictures all around, and that's not what we've. And I'll come back to this show and give us feedback to see what her response is.
Awesome.
I'm going to challenge her. I actually think we must start doing that.
No,
it's out of order.
But really, that's a good step. But really, you find out that if all of us here refuse to participate or educate people to participate, you will find out that it is those people that you call the uneducated ones that will rise from being boy to being councillors,
political
from there to chairman, from there to
I wish I had the guts to run for her position. I really do.
Like we already have.
The problem is that the governors are in charge. The governors are totally in charge.
You have to start from somewhere.
Yes.
You start from the.
I've been volunteering, but I wish I had the guts to actually.
All right. Okay. Oh, wow. This will go on. Oh, that was really quite, the session. Well, Ekene said it. Never a dull moment. However, the various campaigns we kick off here continue on our social media platforms on Instagram and Twitter at PlusTVAfrica, #TheAdvocateNG, and on Facebook, PlusTVAfrica, #TheAdvocateNG. Till we come your way again with solid topics that scratch where it itches, let's keep advocating for a better society. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to The Advocate, a program that thrashes out all the topical issues of the day.
When you are in government, you don't see nothing wrong with whatever is happening. The moment you are out there, everything is wrong.
You can't even see many women now, and when they're there, they're not even really making a mark, and then they have an NYSC problem and this and that.
One of the reasons why we don't have more women in politics in Nigeria is for as long as political meetings continue to take place in the middle of the night.
Exactly.
Really?
It's disastrous for a president
To even say
be
he's unaware.
unaware of the chief
It's
justice.
a ploy. It could be a strategy.
That strategy was very
Backfired.
terrible strategy, because the buck stops at your table.
Whether it's that we don't look after our cities, and quite frankly, Nigeria is becoming a very ugly place.
When you are the only one feeding the people with this news and there is nobody countering them, it becomes, the news.